Hello Samuel, here is your sewer scope video from today's inspection. It's us in the basement, just kind of giving you orientation, showing you where the clean out or access point is, where I got in. A little tough to get the camera head going in the right direction. Normally there's a kind of a smoother sweep at the connection. I had to jam my arm down there and just kind of nudge it in the right direction before I got it going. Eventually we'll get moving in the right way. There we go. So like we talked about today, very typical that you're cast iron just until you get to the other side of the foundation. And here we are. We go straight into clay right at about 9 feet. And then we're in right away, backing up a little bit just to show you at that connection point, we've got some root growth right away. If I were to have a preference as to where I'd like root growth, it would be at the end of the pipe and not at the beginning of the pipe. The reason being is the further away, obviously, from the house, the longer it would take for backups to reach the house. It maybe is a fine point. It really doesn't make any difference. You don't want any root growth, but having it straight away does present a little bit of a challenge here and there. Here's a bigger outcropping right there, nearly half the pipe covered over. That was the largest intrusion area that I saw. Like we talked about today, since you don't know the pipe's history, I can only guess and say that maybe it was cleaned about a year ago or so. It does, all in all, it doesn't look that bad. It's a good looking pipe all the way through. Just a number of places that have some root growth coming in. Some more than others, more pronounced than others. That's that funky turn that I was talking about. Kind of a turn to the right and then a drop. There may be a little bit of an offset right there in the pipe where there's slight separation. I don't think it's anything major, but just something in the future to keep an eye on and have them reevaluate the next time that you have the pipe cleaned. Back to that, again, since you don't know the history, what I would suggest is, and I'll put this in the report, that's a root. I thought that was a crack at first, but it is a root. I spent a little bit of time going back and forth just to double check. I would probably recommend having the pipe cleaned within probably the first year of ownership, and then come back probably 18 to 24 months after that, and that way you'll get a handle on how quickly it grows back. And then from there, I mean, depending, I mean, if it's slow growth, if it doesn't come back very quickly, you may have to clean the line, every 3 to 5 years. If it's heavy growth, if it does have a tendency to pick up a lot of roots, it might be every year and a half to 2 years you have to have it done. But you'll figure that out as you go along. I would just kind of keep that in mind, or put that on your to-do list of not fun things to spend money on calendar. More growth right there, coming towards the end. That is the city connection right there. It's the city main line swishing past you. All in all, like I said, it's a good pipe. The one problem that you have is roots, but that's commonplace in clay pipe sections. I wouldn't even necessarily consider it a defect, even though it's not something that you want. It's just a matter of course. It's gonna happen, especially if you're on a tree-lined street, or you have lots of shrubbery around the house, whatever. So just you got to kind of take it in stride. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I pull back. Feel free to keep an eye on this if you want. And as always, please reach out to me with any questions or if I can be of any service.